We're going to be talking about frequency management. Frequency management is one of the most important things when it comes specifically to your retargeting and your retention based campaigns. So, I'm going to show you what the heck it is. So, first off, what is frequency? Frequency, first off, it's a column in your column set. So, go to your columns, type in frequency. Once you type it in, you're going to see your frequency is the average number of times each account center account saw your ad, aka the average number of times someone saw your ad over whatever date range you are selecting. Another way to put this is just reach divided by impressions, or impressions divided by reach, excuse me. So if you reached 10,000 or 100,000 people, as I just put here, and you had impressions of 500,000, then our frequency equals 500,000 divided by our reach is 5. So we've hit the average person 5 times. We reached 100,000. The average person saw us 5 times. This means there's some range of outcomes where some people saw us 25 times. There's other people, many of which probably saw us 1 time. So what I've created here are general rules of thumb for how to manage your frequency. The reason you need to be managing your frequency is because you don't want to overwhelm people with your ads. What happens a lot is people get someone that visits their site, purchases from them, something along those lines, anywhere in the customer journey, and then all of a sudden they start to show them that same person ads every single day over a long period of time. So they might even show an existing customer ads literally 2-3 times per day and have frequencies 60, 70, 90 plus. And small brands are usually the victims of this more than anyone else because their retargeting and retention pools are much smaller, right? You have less existing customers. You have less people that have visited your site and therefore less people to retarget. So here are my general rules. Take them with a grain of salt. We're going to start on prospecting. There's the most caveats on prospecting. My frequency ranges that I'm looking for when I'm looking at the last 7 days of data in prospecting are between 2 and 3. If we're at 3.5 and we're above our target return on ad spend, wonderful, keep it rolling. If we're at 5 and we're above our target return on ad spend, okay, time to get a little hairy here. But generally speaking, 7 days, 2 to 3x, 14 days, 2 to 5x, 30 days, 2 to 7x. You're going to notice this is the only one that doesn't really increase drastically because if you are pure prospecting, your frequency should not scale linearly. On the retargeting side, this is going to be a finite number of people, right? Because you're literally hitting people who've been to your site, who have added to cart, things like that, engage with you. In the last 7 days, I'm really looking for a frequency at 3 to 5. Think of this more as like 5 max. On a 14 day, I'm looking for 5 to 10. I'm definitely 10 max. If you're on a 14 day and your frequency is 2, you probably need to spend more money. 30 days, I'm looking at 15x max. Now, you could kind of get away with a little bit more here, but I'm going to set us a little rule of 15x because usually what starts to happen is if you're higher than 15 times over the course of a 30-day period, some of these impressions are just not worth it. So you could actually save yourself a little bit of money, probably reduce the budget here. In many cases, people don't reduce the budget here because they have, let's say their target ROAS is, so we'll say T ROAS equals 6, and their actual ROAS on this retargeting campaign is 8. So they're saying, well, it's above target, keep going. But in reality, what you should be doing here is you could probably spend 20% less or a percentage less. You can get actually a higher return on ad spend here and then take that cash and funnel it into the prospecting campaign. Next piece here is existing. Existing are just always a little bit lower than retargeting because we just don't want to overwhelm our existing customers. Like we don't want to smash them over the heads. So existing 2 to 4x on a 7-day window, 4 to 10 on a 14-day window, and 15 max on a 30-day window. These are very simple. These are just baselines for you. Just make sure you're always having that frequency column within your account, because if you don't, you're going to be putting yourself in a scenario where you might be overspending specifically on retargeting and retention. And in some cases, you're going to notice that your prospecting is getting too high, in which case it's time to expand or use those interest audiences, just like we broke down in the core strategy.